I drove a truck today. Drove old Green to work, and sometimes on lunch I just don't feel like walking. Maybe on Fridays if I've walked every day at lunch, and just feeling like doing something a little different. There's a couple places down by the river, off in the woods, that I can come at lunch just to kind of get out in nature for a little bit. Kind of the point of this channel, for me, is to bring awareness to myself and be more conscious of the daily decisions I make with my diet and activities. And I want to make better decisions, so I figured that if I'm documenting this weekly and keeping track, keeping record of things I eat, the days I exercise, my activity level, I figured it may help me improve my health. Because a bit of a wake-up call, last October my oldest brother Brent, he had passed away, and it was from a heart attack. And Brent wasn't in the best of health. He was overweight, had diabetes, heart disease, all that, and he just had a pretty difficult time dealing with it once he was diagnosed with all this. Found it hard to keep up with his medicine, and found it difficult to get in the routine of taking care of himself. But he was 65 years old and passed away at home from a heart attack. And that's not just a single outlier. My father, back in 2000, he passed away, heart attack at home, pretty much the same thing, but he was 64 years old, and right around the same time, October time frame. And it's just a bit of a wake-up call for me, because I'm from the same bloodline that my daddy was, my brother, and I'm only 52 years old, but that's I feel like I'm at a bit of a crossroads to that I could really do myself harm by continuing to live in an unhealthy way. And I don't mean I do crazy stuff. I don't do any illegal drugs. I'm not poisoning my body with drugs or excessive amounts of alcohol. I just have 2 or 3 beers periodically, and on the rare occasion I might drink a 6-pack or so. But I'm not poisoning myself with drugs and alcohol. It's just my drug of choice is food, and I find it difficult to refrain from eating just whatever's in the house. So if I have that fat boy mentality that I can just eat, not even be hungry. It's just like if there's dryness in my mouth, I need to go wet it. And rather than getting something to drink, I usually get something to eat, and then wash it down with some Kool-Aid or something sweet. But I just need to keep better ingredients of food at the house, so that way whenever I do go reach for something, it's on a healthier scale of things. And even when I'm eating healthy, I do tend to consume a lot. So that's another thing, portion control. And these are hard things to get a hold of when you're just used to eating as much as you want whenever you want. So I figured I need to hold myself accountable, and I watch a lot of YouTube, and I figure, what better way to keep track of all this by putting it on video. And in the wild event that I do gain a community of people out there that follow or have any interest in my life or how I'm progressing or regressing, then I figured that'd be a nice way to, another way I could resource information is through you guys out there. And somebody that's been through something similar to what I've been going through. And not only physically, with my diet and exercise, I'm hoping that it would improve a lot of things. I don't really suffer from any kind of mental issues, emotional stuff. I don't really have any imbalances there. But spiritually, I do feel like a failure a lot because we don't get up and go to church nearly as often as we should. But there's always the excuse of the challenge that I have to get up earlier to prepare my wife and get her dressed, and as well as myself, and then get us to church. So it's a discouraging factor, but it shouldn't be an excuse. And just like a lot of things, you drift away from the things that are important and live a bit of a slothful, what do you call that? Sedentary life. And even in my discomfort with it, I'm not happy with just sitting on a recliner, just being a consumer of YouTube content. That I'd much rather be up doing something. But it's a battle within myself. Sometimes it's just really hard to put my feet down and get up and go do something, even when it needs to be done. So I just wanted to come out here today. I've been doing pretty good this week as far as eating and exercise. I walk at lunch, usually about 2 miles. So I drove a truck today, drove old Green to work, and had a little bit of moisture in the air for the last couple days. Figured it'd be a little bit of soupiness, a little bit of slickness on top of the ground. Come over here and slide through a little bit and enjoy off-roading. And it's not really, the route down here is not that difficult. So, it's fun to do without the worry of, breaking my truck or getting stuck. And the reward, once I get here, is a nice view of the Chattahoochee and just outdoorsy stuff. Fish jumping in the water. Tell you what, I'm going to get my fishing pole all put together and get my favorite tackle gear together and maybe come down here at lunch sometime to wet a hook. Even if I don't catch nothing, just enjoy the outdoors. So hopefully I can edit some of this into a useful video. But yeah, we'll see y'all next go around.